Yo, Darren and Jason, we breaking the matrix. Circuits and codes, we shaping the basics. Switching the system, yeah, we the mutation. Tech disruptors, innovation and station. Ain't race stopping, algorithms popping. Bites getting flipped, watch the data start dropping. We the ones they fear, Wi-Fi in the gear. Crypto in the veins, blockchain pioneer. Screens glow cold, but the minds run hot. Silicon dreams in the terabyte plot. Hacking the globe, yeah, we shatter the mode. Data overload, watch the future explode. Disrupt the code, break the mold. Tech disruptors, we too bold. Darren and Jason, the future sold. Plugging it like on, watch it unfold. Laser shot focus, the lens stay zooming. Zones in the air. AI's booming, deep dive tech, no room for illusions. Cloud in the sky, no room for confusion. Fiber optic flows, connections insane. Hacking the mainframe, rewiring the game. Blueprints we sketch, revolutions we fetch. Echoes in the net, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Tech Disruptors project. This is a little bit of a rarity. Jason is not here, but I'm here this week. I think last week it was flipped around, but now we flipped it around. But I didn't want to do this on my own because, you know, I like to have a bit of banter and chat. So we brought in Sam from the Nomad Tech Project, and he is our, I guess, co-host slash re-guest, a regular. How's it going, man?
I noticed you said the Tech Disruptors on the Nomad Tech Project, and I was kind of like a good little mix right there. So yeah, I always love coming on. You guys are one of our favorite shows. We always love the collaborations, and when you offered to have me come on, and I was like, yep, totally can do that, mate. I'm in.
Yeah, so again, we thought we'd do something a little bit different today, you know, like shake things up. I know we've got a couple of people in the chat right now. I know Sam's watching from afar. Feeling a little under the weather today, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. But welcome, Sam. So Nomad Tech Project's been going amazingly. You know, what's been happening in your world?
Well, let's see. We're 160 shows in or whatever, and it's been really good. We've been doing it for a few years now. Joe's amazing. He's always been, after I had my original show, I kind of took a break for a little while. Joe kind of asked me to kind of do the same format, came back, and it's been great. He's amazing. He also, does the other show. He does this, the phones show chat, and we're on that as far as that. So it's great. I mean, we're not looking to grow crazily. At the end of the day, we're just kind of trying to do our fun stuff and have a good
just
chat.
Like us.
Yeah. And then, we try to put out decent quality content. People seem to like it, which I still haven't figured out exactly how that's possible because I can't listen to it. But, I mean, it's great. The community we have is really great. You guys have been supportive and amazing. And we're looking to do for the next 160 more, I guess, as it go. We're just going to keep it going. Exactly.
And like we always said, like on our show, we're kind of like a follower of yours because you're usually just before us and we're right after you. So like it gives out your audience a chance to go, you know what? I want to hear some more tech news and some more conversation. And they can just stick around for 2 hours instead of one.
Yeah.
Which is always...
And you guys have the same thing. It's a two-man interview format sometimes. Yeah. We don't have as many guests, but you guys attack more of like articles, and it's a little bit of a different approach. Whereas me and Joe, ours kind of, unfortunately, and probably to the dismay of many people who are really into just tech, it kind of eschews into like food and sport. And
that's okay.
We just kind of, and that's why we call it Nomad, right? We're just kind of like just wandering around the space because you'd be surprised how sport and politics and food and local places and stuff, how tech has now become so intertwined with all those things.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, now you can't get away. It's not like you're just going to your even if you're going to a local sandwich shop, right? How tech is involved. They have, maybe have AI ordering. They may have tap to pay. They may have bulletin boards. Now, most restaurants, now they don't actually have to give you a menu. They just make you scan a QR code on the table, and then you have your phone, and that's how and then some even make you place orders through the QR code.
Yeah.
So even in the last 10 years, watching tech kind of intertwine in just our daily lives. So we try to like kind of hit it all and not do it so much as a reporting of news. If you're into that, then you have your show that comes on the back end of that. They can kind of pick that up and listen, which is, I think, an amazing kind of a 1-2 punch kind of thing.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's a continuation. Yeah. And so let me ask you a question, because it's funny that you bring up like food ordering. So I'm a big fan of restaurants that use like iPads for you to order what you want with pictures.
Oh, yeah.
Like, all that, So what happens if you're not that person? Like what happens if you're like a paper and plastic menu kind of guy? Like some people like they say like you eat with your eyes. Like,
right.
Like one of those things, like if I see an image on an iPad, I go, oh, that looks okay. I'm going to order that. But what if you're someone that likes to be surprised? What if you're like, you know what? blackened barbecue chicken sounds amazing. I don't need to see a picture of it.
Right. So I kind of get the gist. Well,
yeah.
And so the funny thing is at where I work, we have a cafeteria area. And so they use this thing called Chowit. It's an app where you can order food, and it's instead of like going up there. And I will tell you, it's been around for about a year now, and people have really struggled with it, because you used to just walk up to the station, and if you wanted a burger or you had an action station, or you want a sandwich or get a salad, you just get it. And then there's a person at the turnstile. You just check your food in, you weigh your salad, or you buy your food.
Yeah,
people have really struggled with using it, and then it's an app, and then you got to stand in line. It's funny because I've ordered something one time. It's like, at the grill station, there's like all the stuff there in pans. They're like staging, and I'm like having to wait when I could just go. If it was self-service, I could just go over there and grab the things that I like. Either I wanted chicken strips or like a soup or whatever. You could just get that on your own, but now you have to wait and get this little ticket, and they got to pull it up, and then
the whole system.
People really have struggled with it mightily, because there's people who still like to order their food kind of in a certain way. I guess if you're getting Hub or DoorDash, that makes sense. But if you're doing it that way on site in a restaurant or at like a short order place or in a cafeteria, it's for people who are not used to that. It's been a struggle. I will tell you, people have given a lot of negative feedback to the complication and delay in ordering because of these kinds of new mechanisms with tech. Basically.
Do you want to know what my issue is with it? So, like, here's the thing. Like, so let's say hypothetically you're ordering from this iPad that has images of all the food that you can potentially order.
Right.
It never looks like what you see in the photos, but that's true for every fast food restaurant.
Well, and again, that comes down to that. Remember, because when you're seeing, there was a whole documentary about how they basically, the Wendy's and McDonald's, the stuff you see on TV, it's like painted, and it's like the crispy lettuce. It's done a certain way on purpose. It's to get you to come in the store, and so it's almost been kind of like a quasi joke about it. But even then, I mean, I only see, the only time I've ever seen like on a menu like at a restaurant is like at a Asian or Chinese fast food, where they'll show you all the pictures of all the menu items, like you do a mushu pork or whatever. You'll see the pictures, but first of all, they probably are 25 years old. They don't look that appetizing. So I've just gotten to the point where I kind of know what I want to order, and I kind of just look past the image. Or if you ask the person, you're like, "What is this?" and they'll tell you, "Oh, it's this and that and this." I just kind of like gotten to the point where I don't even look at the pictures because they're kind of depressing looking. And they were probably taken with a Kodak camera back in 1987. Yeah, they just stuck it on the board, left it for 25 years. Yeah, this is what it might look like maybe 40 years ago. Sure, okay.
It's funny, so it's funny. I'll tell you a story. So I went out for lunch. It was my regular work day the other day, and I went out for lunch. I forgot my lunch. So I was like, I'm going to go to like a local grocery store. And they have like a little hot table and like sushi area and all of that. And I ordered one of those bowls that come with like rice and beans and some fresh salmon, etc. And anyway, long story short, I'm sitting. There's this little attached Starbucks that has like a seating area. Okay. So I buy my bowl, my fresh bowl with salmon and rice and all these lovely like greenery in there, and I try to be super healthy. And I go and sit down in the Starbucks waiting area, and I just eat my lunch. So a lady orders a Starbucks coffee, and she just goes and sits down, and she's just drinking her coffee. She's doing her thing, scrolling on her phone, and I'm sitting maybe 3 feet away from her eating my lunch. So I finish my lunch, and she finishes her coffee around the same time, and she comes up to me, and she's like, "Excuse me," and I was like, "Yeah." And I thought for sure she was going to be like, "You have something on your face, you have something in your teeth.
Would you like some if you were old enough to remember that commercial?"
Yeah. Like I thought for sure she was coming over to criticize and be like, like you were disgusting eating that. Like I saw you slurping or something like that, right?
You're that guy. Yeah.
But she was actually very nice. She actually just turns and goes, "Where did you get that from? It looks amazing." And I was like, "Oh, thank God," because I was there for like half an hour eating. Like you're not paying attention. You're like,
you're just doing your own thing. You're in your own head. Yeah, for sure.
But I thought for sure she was coming to say like, "Could you please chew with your mouth closed," or something like that, right? To kind of.
Do you always snort when you eat your food?
Is that really that was my fear.
Is your wife okay with that? Because that's terrible, by the way. Just putting it out there as a feedback item. Just put that. And if you notice, I switched my shirt. I now have a.
Yes, I saw that very Canadian themed shirt on there.
It's my Stanley Cup, So
right now it's
on the wrong shirt, and I realized. I looked down, I was like, I have the wrong shirt on. And for people who know where I work, if you want to look it up, it's on LinkedIn. But I'm not allowed to have those and I just happened to throw it on. I was like, uh-oh. And I was like, that's why I was sitting there the whole time like this.
Perfectly Canadian reference there. Cam's got's very Canadian on us today, which I appreciate.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a good deal. So we appreciate it. So yeah, it's going to be, I just can't believe the finals really don't start until like June 1st now. It's really weird in the NHL. It's really kind of weird. It's almost summer, and like this is when the finals start. It's a little awkward.
Yeah, it's always been. I think it's always been a little like later in the year, but it's always been a little like it's earlier in the year, but not usually this late. So it's like a weird, like we're in baseball season now, and like so it's bizarre.
For sure. And I was actually pulling for the Habs. I was really hoping for a Habs series, but Carolina's pretty strong. So. Carolina and the Golden Knights, man. For a team that's only been around like 9 years, they've been in the finals like 3 times. It's kind of nuts. Yeah.
They're stacked. That's what happens, right?
Yeah. So it's all good, mate. So,
maybe the Maple Leafs will get there one day.
Sure. I don't know, man.
It's only been 80 years or something.
Those poor fans, man. 67 was the last time the Maple Leafs won a cup, and they're due, man. Those fans, man, I feel bad for them. My heart goes out to Montreal or Maple Leafs and Montreal. They haven't won one since '93, so it's been a long time for them. So we'll see.
Well,
man.
I know my
maybe next year. Next year, third year, right?
Yeah. Well, I know my father-in-law, he said that he wants to see him win another one before he dies. And he's like, he's in his 70s. So, I mean, it's got to happen soon. So, like,
hurry up, Dad. Dad, we'll just put your head in a jar like Futurama. We'll just keep you in a jar like 2030 when the Leafs finally won one. Dad, good job. The Leafs finally did it, right? Okay.
Now, speaking of AI, Sam, I want to ask you something. So, right now, there's a bit of a push to train AI models, especially robotics, right? So, like, they're trying to blend these two worlds together and teach them. So, there's a company called Shift. I don't know if you've heard of them or not, but this company Shift is offering a kind of bizarre proposition right now in the US particularly. So they're offering to come and tidy up your home for free in exchange for the sensors and cameras to use that data to train AI robotics to do these chores in the near future. Okay. Now, I saw this and went, okay, you want to come and clean my house for free? Fucking perfect. I will give you all of the data you need because it means that my house will all be clean. But I know that this might not be for everybody, right? Like this is a kind of an interesting proposition. Like they're recording everything, data on everything that they do. And just while we're doing this, hey, how you going, Richard?
Yo, I made it. What's up?
Late but never great, man. How you going?
I'm doing good, man. When it rains, it pours. Man, I'm doing good. I'm chilling.
It's all good, man. We'll get to you in just a second, Richard, but we're just talking about this company here called Shift. So Shift is offering to clean your home for free as long as you're okay with them recording data while they do it to train AI and robotics. Would you do it, Richard?
Hell no. Are you kidding me?
Are you worried about find in your house? Like, is it more of like, I'm like, my house is dirty and I don't want the AI to see that shit? Or is it like, you don't want to give your data up?
I think it would be more along the not giving them my data, but that's really wild that I think I would want to know what data they were collecting first before I okay it, right?
Yeah.
So let's say if they're trying to like look at maybe the area of a certain, like the circumference or the square foot of a certain like room or whatnot, and what it takes for them to clean it in terms of the time frame, okay. But if they're like taking up data in terms of what stuff I have in my house and like, like what bed sheets I'm using, like, come on, no, I don't like that.
Well, so basically, there's a lot of these companies, these AI companies are using like text, images, and video from like the internet to train these like software models, right? But robots, they kind of need like different kind of data. So Sam, I don't know how you feel about this, but they're basically saying, this company's saying that they need data from like physical spaces, household object, and messy logic of everyday chores to train these like robotic companies. Is it a good thing or a bad thing, do you think there?
Well, I guess, I mean, my house is, I can't imagine that I have people that come and clean their house. I just something I always did. It's just kind of my own thing, right? And also too, and I guess it's kind of adjacent to this. I was in law enforcement for a long time, and we started to get cameras, which was interesting because people are very okay with cops having cameras in the public space, But then I would respond to calls, and sometimes those calls were not very good for the people in the house that I was in because it was a domestic or an argument or whatever. They're like, hey, you need to turn that camera off. I'm like, no, that's not how this works, right? You can't pick and choose. It's like everybody's okay with it as long as it's not their house that they're recording or their public space, but when it's their public space. So, and I think you can kind of get, I mean, I would see more like commercial, like office spaces, but really like at my office, it really isn't clutter dirty, kind of like your house would be, right? There's not stuff on the counter. There isn't stuff on and it's really not dirt. It's just clutter. So I think it needs kind of both sets of models, because if it's going to be a more aligned to residential, a residential tidy, clean chore thing is not the same as a commercial office space kind of thing or like a business. So I kind of have to do both, but at some point you're going to have to remember anybody's willing to sell it for free, because we've had 30 years of government surveillance that shows that if you're just willing to give it up for free, it's like, you talk about the NSA digging into your phone, but yet you're posting on Facebook that you're in the Maldives. I'm like, well, you just give it up to them. So it's kind of hard to talk about privacy when you're perfectly willing to give it away. And if they're doing it because they decide to put a couple of dollars in your pocket or a couple of tickets, or why does anybody sign up for a timeshare? Oh, because you come down and get a terrible steak dinner, right? And we get into a timeshare, right? And then realize 20 minutes later that you basically made the most financial decision of your life. So it's going to be kind of hard for them to do it, because they do need modeling. Yeah. But you need real people. You can't just like manufacture a crappy house. I'd say. But
I do believe.
Get into a teenager's bedroom. Good luck. Yeah. That'll shatter every model they probably have. That's like almost like a disaster zone. It's like a construction site.
But I honestly believe that people like shit for free. And it doesn't matter what it is. It could be like, we want to give you a robot who follows you around for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and people will still sign up for that shit. I do agree with you. I think like it would be funny for them to just like dump this little happy-faced teenage boy here in like a 20-year-old's room that has just no organization system, no clean underwear, and just say, okay, train away, my friend. Here you go.
Right. I mean, if you're going to train, you might as well put them right in the middle of the shit, basically. I mean, put them in a war zone, really, because it's like a teenager's bedroom or a teenager's basement. Yeah, it's going to get wild. There might be stuff that's like, oh, this has been growing here for 3.5 years. I don't know if you're doing a science project, but I'm not sure. But let's not do that, right?
Well, it's funny. They have like a little promo video up, so I'm gonna just cut over the promo video here and see if what you guys think, and we'll go from there. This is the. Sorry, I couldn't resist that one. It was way too easy for me to do that. Jason wasn't here to stop me, so that's just
lean into it. Yeah, it's fine. Just lean into it.
Mac and me, man. Bringing it back.
Bringing it back.
This is the Paul Rudd thing, right?
That's exactly right. You know what, Richard? I think we did that to you once before, and when you're on the show.
I love it. I love it.
Man. Jason's watching this. I'm sure he's on his way home today. I believe he's in his Tesla right now. He's probably watching this, shaking his head, going, "No one to stop Darren from doing that today." So, but anyway, let's cut over to you, Richard. So, Richard, welcome back, man. We've had you on the show a couple of times, and again, always very requested. You're a cool guy. We know you're into like photography and art. So, what's been going on in your world, man? Tell us what's the update here.
Yeah, man, a big update. Actually moved from Rochester, New York, the home of Kodak, about 2 months ago to Rolla, Missouri, out Midwest. So I went from the East Coast to the Midwest, and kind of like a change in basically just trying to, in a way, help my mental health a little bit. So I was doing a lot of stuff in New York after my dad passed to put a Band-Aid over a broken leg, in the arts community. I was, curating a bunch of galleries over there and doing a lot of things in terms of the arts organizations out in upstate New York. And man, I was getting too much. And I was like, you know what, let me move in with my sister, get like a little refresh. It's been good here. I've been working remote. And man, everything's been great, man. Just trucking along and just trying to, I just had it's like an hour from St. Louis, so I've been connecting with a lot of people in St. Louis and the art community over there. But it's been dope, man. It's been dope. Still out shooting, still out. I just moved to the 26 Ultra from the 25 Ultra.
Oh yeah, nice.
I got the Pixel 10 Pro XL on the side too. Also, I'm curious how the Pixel line is going to be this year, because every year they always talk about downgrading and putting some crutch on some feature. And I'm hearing about this light bar thing. It's really interesting, especially with the new Google Books that are out, which are pretty wild. That they're reinventing their laptop game again. So yeah, I'm curious to see how everything goes this year. It'll be pretty dope. But yeah, and I'm looking forward to a lot of cool tech this year. I just picked up, actually, real quick, I also picked up on the camera front, I picked up the Insta 360 Ace Pro 2. And I got the cinematic anamorphic lens on there. And they actually came with a little cage that turns it right into a street camera. So you just pop it in there.
Oh, amazing.
That's slick.
And yeah, man, now it's a legit little, I have a flip up screen and everything. So, I mean, this has actually been dope. So if you go on my Instagram, Richard B. Cologne, I've been shooting with this in the street, and it's been really nice because it has an anamorphic, like, wide shot.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, this has been my new favorite tool, man. I love it. I'm still shooting film. I still have my old rollies when I had 35 millimeter film. I still shoot that.
Nice.
But yeah, man, I'm loving that little. It's kind of like how a GoPro is. I didn't know the Insta 360 was literally like a copy and paste of what GoPro is. So I'm kind of doing the same thing, and it's pretty dope. I love it.
So let me ask you a quick question, man. What's the
Darren? Quick segue. Who's going to tell him?
Oh yeah, he's got the shirt.
Guess where I'm at right now? So I'm in St. Louis, a little south of St. Louis. When you said you moved to Rolla, I was like, the home of Missouri. You got a lifelong Missourian and a Richard's a transplant to the state of Missouri.
I'm a transplant, man. I've been here, I'm born and raised in Rochester, New York. I'm a Buffalo Bills fan, I
love the Bills.
Bills fan. Again, Kodak, got that Kodak shirt on, Kodak.
There you go.
So I mean, like, man, Rolla's been dope, man. And right now I'm in Cuba, Missouri now, with my partner who I just, we've been together for a while, and it's been dope out here, man. Cuba, Rolla, and St. Louis is actually dope. I was just, like I said, I was in St. Louis yesterday for a photo walk downtown, and it was amazing, and I loved it.
Yeah, I work downtown, so I'm down there all the time and stuff. So yeah, I mean, St. Louis, if you get past the bad rap that it's not a safe city, there's a lot of real good music and art in this city. It's kind of an unheard of gem. People kind of fly over it, but man, St. Louis has got it going on. Plus, all that stuff's free. Art museum's free, zoo is free. It's great, man. It's
I've been hanging out at Trust Coffee has been awesome. I've been there a lot downtown. And it's a great spot, and they actually just they're kind of like doing what I did in Rochester in terms of curating different art, which is pretty dope. So yeah, man, no, and it's funny because last month I was in St. Louis at nighttime around 10:30 at night. This was when the Dodgers were there playing the Cardinals, and it was pretty busy downtown. And I decided to post up at the White Castle over there. That's right there on the corner. Everybody that apparently, when I bring that up, everybody's like, "Wait, you were at that White Castle at 10 o'clock at night?" I was like, "Yeah, man."
Were you strapped?
It was a wild scene in there, man. I felt like I was on a New York City subway, but it was pretty cool, man.
It's glad to see that, like, people that from the East Coast and stuff like come to Missouri and then kind of bring in that energy and that kind of experience like that. We don't get a lot of that around here, and I think they're going to be pleasantly surprised. You're going to really find there's a lot of really good music and culture and art in this area, and I think it's underdeveloped. And I'm hoping you can kind of help spearhead that, man. People like you, we need more involvement of folks like you that come from a different experience.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I just got hired to shoot at the Folky Fish Fest yesterday at Merrimack Springs.
Okay,
so I did that yesterday. I was there for 2 days, and I was out there, shooting for them, and it was pretty dope, man. There's a lot of cool stuff going on around here. I love it.
Yeah. Sorry, Darren. Go ahead. I just wanted to make sure I mentioned that.
I was going to ask him. So
you mentioned Rolla. I'm like, my stomach around. Like, you're right. They go to Columbia. It's my neck of the woods, man.
I bring all the boys together, right? I know I'm in Toronto, but I got you guys together.
It's funny because me and Darren were when I was in Rochester, we were about maybe less than 2 hours away from each other.
Yeah, right? That's true. Yeah, a little further away now, but that's okay. That's all right. It's worth the trip, right? Worth the trip. So tell me something. What's the biggest difference you notice between New York and Missouri? Like, if you had to pin it down on one thing, what's that one thing that's
I
caught
mean,
your attention?
yeah, I mean, St. Louis is kind of like the same as Rochester, but where I'm at now in Rolla and in Cuba, it's definitely a little bit of one of everything. I was so used to in Rochester, New York, you know, if I need to go to Walmart, I literally have like 5 Walmarts within 20 minutes of each other because we're like right in the middle.
Yeah.
Or like 4 Targets, or like there's 3 different malls where for me, if I want to go to the mall, I got to hit up the St. Louis Mall. Um, I mean, it's a lot of small town vibes. I love it because I'm noticing a lot of things in terms of the art community in Raleigh in general. They have a lot of different coffee shops, a lot of different, you know, they just opened up, you know, this past year, bookstore kind of like bar, which is pretty cool. And so it's called Bookmark Bar. And yeah, man, they serve cocktails there based on different themes of different books. I mean, so there's a lot of cool stuff that people have been trying to implement and trying to bring up. And what I'm trying to do, than what I did in, you know, in the past in Rochester was, you know, because since I curated galleries and I was able to curate different spots where, you know, there was coffees and coffee shops and different like little small businesses, trying to do that same thing. We had a First Friday network in Rochester of different First Friday receptions for new and upcoming artists. And we had them at different spaces. It was called First Friday Rochester. We had about 30 venues where on our First Friday, people can say, all right, these places have, you know, new artwork that we can go check out and also support the businesses that are hosting them. And in Rolla, trying to get that copy and paste what I did there in Rolla. And right now I have about 5 or 6 that are interested to probably do that for this fall, which would be pretty dope. So, I mean, just trying to build some network there in Phelps County, and it'd be pretty dope to sling that around and, you know, do what we did over there here.
Yeah. Awesome, man. And look, so I know like last time we had you on, we had a lot of people like hitting up your Instagram account and checking your stuff out because, and listen, for those of you who are listening at home, like if you're looking for somebody that is an amazing photographer and just general artist, like this guy's he's your guy. So if you're in the St. Louis area, if you're in the Missouri area, like hit him up, Richard B. Colin on Instagram. And that's how we found him. That's how I found you, actually. It's funny enough. Like I stumbled across your stuff, and that was how we originally connected. But that's awesome. Yes, I remember.
Thank you, man.
I'm glad you're killing it, man. That's awesome. Now, Richard, you mentioned something a few moments ago. You talked about the Pixel Book. Pixel Book. So an impressive looking machine, right? Like they're coming out hot. They're trying to compete with the MacBook Neo or whatever that piece of shit is that's coming out. Yeah. But funny thing out, so the story that an article came out this week. So they're talking about how MediaTek is the chip of choice in the Google Book, or the Pixel Book, Google Book, sorry. Which may kind of make sense, right? Like I don't know if. Yeah, I mean, they've got a connection with MediaTek because obviously they're making their chips for the Pixel 11, I guess.
Yep.
But the fact that they're also doing it across the line, so we're seeing these chips go into the Google Book now as well, should bring, hopefully, some like, what do we call it, like speed and productivity enhancements that maybe we wouldn't get with, like, say,
also the longevity too. You know, you want to have these for years to come, just like we had these MacBooks that, you know, are hopefully more durable than the ones that some people have. But yeah, so I mean, we want to have longevity with these devices, but we also want to make sure that, in terms of the durability, that software and, you know, there's actually some sustainability of them being like in like the know. We want to see people using these devices all the time, and they've been refreshing these Chromebooks and things so much, and it's hard. What's crazy is you would think that because of the niche of everything being, you know, in the cloud now, right? That it would be easy for them to drop a new type of, you know, Google Book. But I think it's just hard to get rid of that moniker of a Chromebook, because I mean, if people see me using a Google Book, they're gonna just be like, that's a Chromebook, you know, like. And
I think they have to distinguish too between like budget and premium, right? So like having a different name, Google, people know the name Google, it makes sense, right? Sam, do you think this is the play, like a good play for Google?
Well, I mean, I was gonna say, I mean, at the end of the day, we're trying to trying to do some stuff, right? So I mean, right now I just went out and bought for this podcast. I have to move down because my wife wants me to be in an office because she's tired of listening to the show and my show, which is fair because it's terrible, but I get it. She loves me, so I went out and bought a Lenovo, a Chromebook Plus, right? It was like $249. It was an on sale deal. And as long as I've got 2 ports where I can hook everything up, dude, it's been great so far. I can also, we have a travel trailer. So when I'm going with my Starlink and I just need a real quick experience, I've got a Chromebook. It powers all day. $250. I mean, it's like a good deal.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad that they're trying to get the only way that Google has ever been able to really plow through is to kind of just try a new thing, socialize it, get some. I mean, remember, Pixels weren't selling until somebody decided at Google, hey, maybe we should advertise this stuff. And they're like, yeah, we should probably tell people it exists, right? Microsoft had the Duo. Maybe we should tell people this thing exists. Like, nah, they'll just figure it out. And then it goes away in 3 years. I'm like, well, remember, if you don't know, Samsung and Apple are the juggernauts they are, is because every time you turn around, there's a Samsung ad. There's an ad for Apple. I mean, they were getting socialized. You got to tell the people that they have options. And instead of people going, well, I have to go out and buy a Windows laptop to have a decent computing experience, realizing that most people are just browsing the internet. They're using simple email tasks. They're not out there crushing x86 programs, right? They're just not doing that. Most people are just futzing around on a laptop, and you can tell them, hey, for $250, you get Chrome, you get Android apps, you get integration, you get all 2-3 day battery life, and
we got him. Sam froze up.
No, but I think he's right. He's onto it. Like, we really, at the end of the day, I think if advertisement like they did with the Pixel, what was it? The Pixel, I think it was the 8 or 9, where they did a complete refresh, right? They were like heavy on the advertisement. Dude, they were so heavy. And I think that's what it is, man. They need like they put in really heavy with the NBA, right? I think when they first started refreshing it. So I think they were like the official phone of the NBA All-Star game, I think. And then we had NBA players using it, right? So, I mean, they need to tap into that same thing that they did because it was so ideal. And then people saw it all the time. And now, you see Pixels now in movies and TVs now. You see the bar in the back. Yeah. Everywhere, right? So, I mean, and I think that's why they wanted to implement some type of light bar, right?
Yeah.
To distinguish. I was
going to pull up a picture of that, actually.
Yeah, and I think that's what they're trying to do also. And I think what they're trying to do with that, I mean, I don't know. I'm confused or curious how they're going to do that with the Pixel. Yeah. Because they said that they're going to have it maybe, or there's like rumors of it having a light bar too. But I mean, I think even if they just implement it just like how Samsung has it, where you can like right now, I mean, that's pretty dope. I mean, I would love that. I mean,
honestly, like we were talking about this last week on the show. I think Google has to do something this year that gives them an identity that isn't just design of the phone. It needs to be like a color or a light bar or like something different, right? Like we need now, because they all look the same from model to model. The last 3 years of Pixels have all looked pretty much the same, right? Minor tweaks here and there. But if you're trying to reach that younger audience that they're desperately trying to like bring in, you got to have something that makes it stand out. And I could see young people, like anyone under the age of 20, eating this up, right? Look at my phone. Yeah, look how 100%. I honestly think it's an amazing idea. Whoever came up with that at Google, like fucking kudos, man. Like that's an amazing idea.
I love it. Yeah. I think it's dope. We need something, especially, I mean, who knows? Maybe this can be what I'm trying to think. What was the same mark that Apple did when they just I mean,
well, maybe like the colors with the iPhone 5, 6, whatever it was.
Yeah, maybe it was just the move to Face ID. Maybe I mean that was good. I mean, I don't know. But I mean, if they can implement this as not just something cosmetic, but like as it actually having some function, like battery and
even notification bar.
Right,
like have it notifying. Oh my god, that'd be fucking amazing. Like an email comes through red for Gmail, like Telegram's blue for Telegram. Oh my god, that'd be incredible.
Yeah, but man, again, like it's be dope.
Cool idea, man. And so I was thinking, just for the photography purposes here, what if that doubled as a welcome back, Sharon.
Yeah, my bad. So
What if the light bar doubled as like a coloring flash? So you wanted like, you know, the scene to be more green, red, blue, whatever. It casts
Yeah.
that color shadow for a photo. Like, I'm okay with that, man. Like having a light bar on a Pixel phone, that seems like a really fucking good idea, man.
Yeah, man, I would love it, and I think, like I said, as long as if it's something that's just not cosmetic, right? I mean,
Yeah.
the what is it? The nothing phone. I mean, the lights that they have on there and the back of the devices are pretty dope. I love those a
Oh,
lot.
absolutely. Yeah.
It makes it different, you know. It gives it flair, and I think, and it's unfortunate because I'm hoping that this doesn't take a hit the battery too,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I mean that's always been a issue every year. That's one of the reasons why I jumped to the 26 Ultra, because of the fact that, like when I'm editing, you know, photos on the fly or whatever, the Pixel just wasn't doing it. It just was, and that also had to do with not just battery, but also the fact that, you know, the processor wasn't that great.
Yeah.
But we'll see, man. Hopefully this year they knock it out, man. That light bar's dope. I'm hoping that's really what it is.
And I think, like, just getting back to the Google Book for a second, that MediaTek has that NPU, like it's AI. It has an AI NPU chip built in. So I'm imagining this Google Book is meant to be a visualization of what they wanted, like, Gemini to be. Right? Like this fully connected device that you can speak to it and it does it. And you can, you know, get it to do this and it'll do that. And I think that's what Google's going for. And I honestly, great idea, man. Like, go for it. Release a laptop, release a refresh on the phone, release a new watch. Like, let's get that ecosystem that, like, you know, Google fans with enough horsepower and enough kind of draw for younger people. That's what they always wanted. Right? They've been so close so many times, right? Like the Pixel 8 and 9, like they had such a big swing on that. Then you had like the 10 came in and it was okay. But again, there always seems to be, like you said, Richard, like an Achilles heel, we'll call it, with Google. There's always a catch or like something that holds it back from being just almost there, right?
Always plugging holes in a leaky ship, man. That's really what it is.
Yeah.
They make some sacrifice, and it's just like, dude, like, why? But I don't know. Hopefully this year they got it. I don't know. I mean, I read something, I think it was on Android Police or something, that said that they're kind of like taking a step back in terms of the processing or whatever. And I'm like, dude, like,
no more steps back, tech companies, please, for the love of God. I know it's pricey, but fuck. Like, Google can't afford any more steps back. We need steps forward.
And I kind of lost my train of thoughts because I got disconnected, so I apologize. But
you're all good.
You know, people really use their computers for not really x86 computer tasks, right? They're just in the browser. And like I said, at the end of the thing, I think we have to start to, and it's tough to do because you have to shift an entire generation of people to believe that computing can be not necessarily Windows based. Most people I know, they're Linux users, right? They're looking at Linux distros. They're looking at stuff like Ubuntu, Linux distributions. Like, they're getting away from even like Mac OS and anything else. But because of the complications of that, but with Google doing everything else, I think, you know, Microsoft, the problem with Google and these major companies, they don't stay in the long game because they don't have a good cohesive forward strategy going forward. Microsoft was made the Duo, and like, you didn't tell anybody it existed. Everywhere I go, I have my Duo 2, and I go, holy shit, is that 2 different screens? You go, yeah, watch this. And foldable phones are like, oh, great. It's like, you got to tell people that these products exist, and they're not for the 10% or the 5% of enthusiasts like the people on this panel.
Yeah.
Who might listen. They're for my people like my parents who are like, you don't, mom, dad, for what you're trying to do, you don't need a Windows machine. You could get a $250 Chromebook, and it can do and they use an iPad. It's like, you clearly can tell that does not running Mac OS, right? Unless you're cracking x86 or you're compiling code or writing Python or whatever, you're not doing any of that stuff. You're just browsing the internet, going from the emails, doing some Google searches and everything else. And it's like, you don't need to spend all that kind of money. And I think that's what really Google and these other companies really need to lean in on is, why spend $1,000 when you can buy a Chromebook for $250 or $300 and it does 98% of what you want to do? Also, you can't kill the thing. You can take it out to RV shows. You can take it on the fly, take it to a coffee shop, an art show. And you don't have to lug this big, heavy, bringing a damn charging brick with you. You can do all your stuff that you need to do. And by the way, it's integrated to your phone. It's integrated to everything else. And so if you take a picture on your Pixel, it'll show up on your Chromebook, and you can edit it and look at it and show your friends and all those typical vacation photos that nobody wants to watch because you're at your shit. Like, you can just have it like this, right? And it's just like, I don't think they really do a good job at the messaging and really getting people the information they need to kind of start to change the paradigm of the days of monolithic OSs are not the thing. It's mobile, it's powerful, it's available, it's affordable. And
the Google book. That's why. That's it, right? Like, that's what I think. That's the Google vision.
Right. And so hopefully now this is like the Chromebook Plus, and now Google Chromebook, right? Hopefully they can try to start seeing a more of an integrated, if you need it, it's there. If you don't need it, you don't have to have it kind of thing. And they do not do a good job of messaging and really getting that information available to folks.
Here is what I wonder. I wonder at their marketing team, did they think to call the Google book the Gemini book? Because it's meant to be AI focused, right? So I'm sure they had a discussion in some fucking meeting where some guy went, okay, what are we going to call this thing? And someone went, well, what about the Gemini book? And someone went, nah, you're fucking crazy, man. Like, you're nuts. Like, we'll just call it something that people know. I got Google book. Oh, yeah, that works. So we do that. Because I think they're leaning into this AI world of like connected laptops that work with your phone, like you said, Sam, like everything interconnected with this Gemini being the heart of it, right? But you know that somewhere along the line that was probably discussed. Like, but like Richard said, like Google's not without its issues, right? Like, and there are issues that So speaking of which, this story popped up on Android Authority this week. So a Google Store shipping blunder swapped a Pixel 10 for a Motorola Razr, which I find very, very interesting. So I guess it was an RMA warranty claim, whatever. And for whatever reason, the phone they got back was not a Pixel 10, but a Motorola Razr showed up.
Wow.
Why? Why? I don't know. Like, surely it's a different facility altogether, like where these phones are coming from. Or was that like a Google employee going, you know what? Fuck this guy.
No,
here's a Razr instead. Like,
no, I think, remember, if you're going to the Google store and you're trading in a device, again, it's here's the thing. This article doesn't identify what Razr it is. Okay, well, if somebody was buying a Pixel 10 and they had an old original Razr or a
2025
right
Motorola Razr.
Remember, I don't know about you, but I mean, I'm not new to this. They take trade-ins, right? Well, they have to do something with those inbounded phones, right? And I think what happened was, sometimes, mistakes happen. I mean, Jesus Christ, even Albert Pujols goes 0 for 5, right? I mean, what do you want me to do, right?
Yeah.
It's like, what do you want? And they act like these companies is like, well, how could they? This honestly, I'm going to be honest. There's like articles like this driving up the wall, man, because it's like, it's literally a logistical issue, right? They probably took one of their phones that they inbounded from a trade. It got accidentally sent out. They were probably refurbishing or sending it to a third-party reseller, right? It clearly got crossed up. It's a logistics problem. It's not like some nefarious, like, oh, they wanted you to use a Razr, so they sent you a Razr. It's like clearly somebody at their DC clearly had a fuck up somewhere. And it's like, these articles are so sensationalized because it's like, you see that, you go, what? I sent in a picture like a Razr. What the hell's happening right? It's like, how is it possible? I'm like, it's clearly obvious that you can trade in to get a Pixel. You can trade in any device, a Motorola, hell, an iPhone, right? It's like, I don't think it's necessarily nefarious. And if it is, it's like, okay, so one employee's like, I'm going to go. It's like, really? I just
honestly, like, my thing is, surely there's like an in and out stream, kind of like like in and out. But like, how did they fucking cross pollinate? Like, someone
have you worked with people at your company?
Oh, I have, of course.
Have you seen how many people is like, dude, do you really have employment here? You're a window licking moron. Like,
exactly. There's dumbasses everywhere,
right? And so it's like, at some point, it's just, again, it's I think it's it's one of those things where, it's clearly, obviously, it's a terrible look, and you want to kind of squash it. But I don't necessarily. I guess my question with this article is do you think there's something nefarious going on? Like, there's some kind of like,
I honestly think this is funny.
Yeah, it's like, they sent out the wrong phone because they're stupid and they just sent out one of the.
It makes me wonder if the employee went, you know what? This Pixel 10's fucking shit. No one's
Right.
buying it.
I'm just gonna get a razor here. I like a razor. Yeah. I don't know. Right.
Yeah.
It's whatever. And like I said, I'm just. I mean, at least we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I just think that's much ado about nothing. It's a good little article for just kind of for shit, as we say at work, right?
Now, Sam, I wanted to shift focus here because this next article I chose specifically for you. So I know you're a big.
Okay, well, this is gonna get weird. You can tell Richard it gets weird. All right,
no. I know you're a big car guy. So, popular ride-sharing brand Uber has just done something a little bit different. So I'm going to show you this clip here, Sam, and I'm going to hit play here for you.
Okay.
And
Next stop, Tokyo.
Okay, Japan. Nice. Okay.
I'm going to stop it there. So, Uber has just released Uber Drift. Now, this is started in Tokyo. So, if you know, if you're a big fan of Fast and Furious, you remember Fast and Furious
Drift. Okay, fair.
Right? So, they're now offering the ability to be picked up and taken in a fancy sports car in Tokyo,
right,
and give you the full drifting experience to your location. So they will literally speed and drift you from point A to point B across whatever location I guess you need to be in. I think this is a fucking cool idea. I'm going to throw this out there. I think this might be Uber's best idea. Let's get people from point A to point B in a fast car and fucking take those corners and drift every corner on the way there.
Yeah.
So, Sam, is this it? Is this the one? Is this Uber's?
Well, first of all, so I know Jason's not here, so I'm gonna shit on his Tesla because here's the thing. I love Tesla. I love EVs. Don't get me wrong, but you don't put a gearbox in an EV because you need a transmission for a gearbox, right? Second thing is you can't drift in a Tesla, but you can drift in a GTR, or you can drift in a Mustang. You can even drift in a GTO. Like you can do all that, right? I think this is great. It's like, why just get to the position you're trying to go across town, or you're trying to get like 20 miles away? You know what? Fuck it. We're just going to drift your ass all the way from here to go. We're going to get you in a purple GTR. We're going to get some guy who's going to be in a left-aligned car, and he's just going to drift your ass all the way to your destination. Shit, if they had this in St. Louis, I would pay extra for this.
So they've got two cars that they use regularly for this. So basically, there's the Nissan Silvia S15, and the Nissan 180SX. Apparently, are their like two flagship cars.
Basically, in the United States, it would be a GTR. Basically, it looked like an American GTR is what it looked like. Rear wheel drive, V8, manual gearbox.
So they're basically saying here that they have professionals that execute these tandem drifts if you want to go with someone else. And they also have a track. So you can actually go on a guided 90-minute track if you want to do that, hitting about 100 kilometers per hour on around corners and on turns. I don't know, man. I remember as a young person watching Tokyo Drift going, I'm going to go in my shitty hand-me-down car from my parents, and I'm going to fucking drift this shit around every corner. I never got it to do it because it's an art in itself. But is this a cool concept for somebody that loves cars and maybe just loves the concept of not worrying or having to worry about killing yourself on a track or on a street?
Well, I mean, they have that around here. They'll have a track experience where you can get with a professional driver and you could ride along, and then they'll take you in a GTR or a Porsche GT2, and they'll just track the hell out of that thing, right? I think if you're into cars, if you're into cars and you're into speed and you don't necessarily want to dude, don't give me a Lambo and try to have me track this thing out. Or when I had my Mustang, I was like, I'd love to get onto a track and just let it rip, just go ahead and just go crazy and do hot laps in it. But if you just want to get into a car and feel the experience of watching, also it's kind of watching a professional get into these turns and really attack these turns. And
Yeah.
that's kind of a fun thing, man. My
Cool
wife actually
idea,
tried
man.
to sign me up for those kind of things.
It's
Like,
wild, man.
yeah, it looks like a
Yeah.
lot of fun, man. I mean, if you're into cars and you're into speed and drifting and all that kind of stuff,
I would
I don't
get
know
it.
how
I'd
I
love
don't know
that.
how you think this is a bad idea. It may not be your thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I think it's fantastic. The fact that Uber is offering it in Tokyo, that's really kind of cool, man. I'm kind of feeling it.
Fast and Furious experience, right?
Yeah.
Like it's what people have always wanted. Like, okay, where can I go to? I want to go to Tokyo, and I want to get that reality, right? Of like,
Yeah, I mean, I think it's an amazing, and you know what? Again, it's targeted. It's not for everybody. If people just want to get their Uber and go, but if you're in the Tokyo area and you're on vacation, or if you're having an extended stay and you want to give this a rip, I mean, it's just one of those things where why not offer it on the menu, because people may want to take a swing on it. I think it's really cool. I love watching people who really can operate motor vehicles like that and do it in such a way. I think it's amazing. I love watching that stuff all the time. I think it's awesome.
Because I think Jason and I talked about a couple of months back, Uber has a security guard service too, I believe, where like you hire like 2 guys to accompany you to like an event or whatever. I forget what it's called. I think it might be called Uber Security or something like that. But I think they're just expanding their like, what can you rent from us, like portfolio.
Well, yeah,
right?
I mean, that's what they're doing, right? They're essentially, you're renting rides, right? So why not take that rental, business model and try to expand it and see what new markets you have? Because clearly, and what's good about Uber is it's kind of a name that's almost been, it's kind of like Band-Aid, right? A Band-Aid is actually called an adhesive bandage. But the brand has become the thing.
Or
right?
Kleenex, yes.
Kleenex, right?
Yes,
and that's a very rare thing in marketing. And they would tell you it's called brand alignment, right? So it's like you get a brand, and it's like you don't call it what its actually thing is. The brand becomes the name of the thing.
Yeah.
And Uber is really, there is Lyft and there's like other kind of services. But really, when you want to get a ride share, everybody just says you want to do an Uber. Right,
it's become part of a vernacular. Yeah,
right,
that's
and
exactly
so
right.
why not try? I mean, hell, these companies have to do something, because they can't just, Amazon was a bookseller, and clearly we saw what happened when they expanded their reach and their availability and what they do. Now they have basically become essentially the largest goods delivery person in the Hoover, right? Hoover as far as vacuum cleaner, right? Hoover. So I think it's amazing, and you say what you will about Uber. Everybody has their ideas about the company, but I think that Uber security or anything where you can rent for a thing you need to do for a targeted event. Like if you want to live like a baller, and you
I would love to have security guys.
I mean, like you have your own 2 personal security humans, and you're going to like just a dinner with your wife. You're like, yeah, I got security. It's like, you know what I mean? For that 8 hours
I just
or so.
want to do it.
Cool.
I just want to do it to just be like, oh, who's that? I want people to go like, who's that guy that he has 2 fucking security guards?
Well, that's Darren from One Cut Reviews. That's Darren from the Tech Disruptors.
That's what I want.
I just fucking baller, dude. Yeah. Even if your own mind, you're a baller. But every once in a while, it kind of feels good to kind of be, going to a track and experiencing maybe something you couldn't do because you don't want to wreck your own car, but experiencing that. Or when and here's the thing, think about it, Darren, when you go out to have dinner, you're not preparing a professional Michelin grade
That's exactly
meal.
what I'm saying. Yeah.
You're going for the experience of having that provided for you. Like last night when we went to the ballpark in St. Louis, we had tickets. Yeah. It was inside of like a little, they had like a buffet and all drinks thing. It was like an inclusive thing. Now it was for an orthopedic surgeon's office, but we usually just go to games and sit in the seats like a normal person. But for one night, it was kind of cool. It's like, hey, we can just get cocktails. We can get a couple of things. We have them delivered, and it's kind of fancy, right? And we didn't have to pay for it. So every once in a while, it's nice to kind of have those little kind of things just to kind of make you feel important. Yeah,
purple Nissans, whatever.
And
in the parking lot.
You can do a package where you can do Uber. You can do Uber Drift and Uber Security. Where you can slide into work and get out, and then 2 guys with earpieces go, hey. The package is on site, right? And that's
the dream. That's the dream.
And it's cost you a couple $100. Who cares? You know what? I've spent a lot less money on worse shit, so it's all good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, shifting up focus. Now, we're gonna play a game here, Sam. So I'm gonna give you some specs of a released device, and you're gonna try to guess the price. Okay. We're gonna try it, but it's like a Price is Right, if you will.
Yeah.
So here we go. 8-inch foldable OLED display.
Okay.
120 hertz refresh rates on both screens.
Okay.
Snapdragon 8 Elite chipset.
Okay.
6,500 silicon carbon battery.
Okay.
50 megapixel primary camera, 50 megapixel ultra wide, 5 megapixel telephoto lens. And it comes with, let me just make sure I get this right, a calf skin leather version and an alligator leather model version. So I'm not going to tell you the brand. I'm not even going to tell you it is. So it is a folding device.
Right.
So what would you, let's go like the alligator skin backed model. What would you expect to pay for a device of that description?
Well, I can tell you it's not a Samsung or a Google device because it's a silicon carbon battery. So that's cool.
Yeah.
I would think what you're going to pay. So you think of a Moto Fold specs wise is probably
about
at $18.99.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking if you're wanting like an alligator or a leather backed, you're probably in the $24.99 to $26.99 neighborhood. I would think that's probably fair. Just because of the material choice and everything, it's premium. I'm thinking like a Vivo or an Oppo. I can see somebody doing something like that. Or I'm thinking $23.99 to $26.99 as far as the price point.
So a company that you may have heard of or may not have, they tend to be a little bit of a more abstract phone brand, I would call them. They've actually taken the very, I'm not sure if you would be proud of this, unfortunate title of releasing the world's most expensive folding device. So this company,
we're in the 10K neighborhood then. Okay.
So Virtu, who is known for making
alligator. Oh, you missed the solid gold part. Okay, fair.
Sorry, there was gold accent. I apologize.
Okay. It's solid gold, so not just gold plated. Okay, fair. Oh, we're talking like probably 20K.
No, actually, not that high, but like respectively high. Like this is going to cost you, as it says here, it costs more than a car and rent. So $8,800 for a folding, non-tested brand folding device from Virtu. Now, Virtu, you've probably seen videos on Virtu, or you've probably seen this name pop up before. So they have this very kind of random smartphone experience where they offer you, and I'm not making this up, your own 24/7 mobile smartphone butler that isn't AI. This is a person that you can actually call at any time of the day and tell them that what you need, and they will go and source it out and send you all the information or book it for you.
Okay.
And I think
like Uber concierge service. Okay.
Yeah. So Mr. Who's the Boss did a video on them. I think MKBHD may have done one as well recently. Okay. But essentially, this he in Mr. Who's the Boss video, he asks the Virtu phone that he was reviewing there to book him a flight to England and find the best hotel. And sure enough, this real person, this agent on the other end, gets all the bookings, makes all the arrangements, and sure enough, it all worked out fine. Right. So Virtu has come out and said, well, we're going to, come out and make this 8,800 alligator leather model, but they are offering, Sam, customized variants with gold detailing and diamonds that can push the price all the way up to $46,800. Now,
if you got the money, man, hey, you know what? If you're gonna have the cash to be a baller, you might as well ball out.
Right? Yeah.
And honestly, I mean, think about it. A lot of these people that I've come to, have exposure to, they do have administrative assistants. They do have people, concierge services, where if they tell them, hey, like where I work, all the senior executives in my organization that I work in, they're not booking their own travel. They're not doing anything. Their admins know exactly when they have to be there, where they have to be, and they're not staying at an Econo Lodge, or they're not staying at, and it's like, we could have that argument about executives at companies, what's an appropriate level of things. But, I always tell people, it's like, if you were a person at that company and they come to you, it's like baseball. They were like, oh, it's ridiculous. We pay a baseball player $30 million. I'm like, but if they're offering you $30 million a season, what are you going to say? Oh, you know what? I really feel like I'm really more of a $5 million a year player, so I've earned it. Right? If they're giving you a contract that's 5 years for $60 million, it's like, well, of course you're going to take it because you think that you're but at the end of the day, if you can afford this and people can have these accommodations book, because remember, time is money and aggravation is money, right? And aggravation is
100%.
so if you have a concierge, you say, hey, I'd like to book a flight to London. I need to go this and this day. I need
And they do it.
decent accommodations, and I need transportation either an Uber or a rental car. Set that up, and they had the entire itinerary done. Well, you've just described pretty much every damn near decent level executive in every company that's ever existed.
Yeah, except you don't need to hire them. They're there
right,
already.
They're coming with
like
this. So so you get $8,800 as the gateway, and if you want to kind of tweak it out and make it more a little bling blinged and whatever, I mean, you want to spend 20 GER doing it, and you're kind of rolling in that lifestyle. I mean,
my
it's
only concern is
I would do. It's like, but I mean, people do that a lot.
100%. Oh, 100%. If you, like you said, if you have the money, why not?
Like, sure. It's your time, it's your money. Cash. But I mean, I don't know if I would just get the $8,800 model, right? Because I just don't care about the diamonds. I don't think any man should have diamonds on any jewelry he has. That's just a me thing. Yeah. But if you can get the concierge service where you can actually have that stuff done, it's just more convenient for you. And then you have people who are actually be able to get all those resources and combine them and say, here's your travel. I mean, I had to book my entire flight to Hawaii at the end of July. I had to like figure out my own rental and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. It'd be nice to just have somebody go there who knows how to do it. Just have it all done. Sure. Why not? Right. You know,
I guess my only concern is like, Vertu is not, what do we call it? Like a tried and tested folding phone brand. Right. So I'm sure there's like a base model for this. Like it's probably like a ZTE or like something like that.
Right.
And
there's definitely it's a reference device from a company that is basically doing whatever. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, look, there's a lot of like fancy stuff in this article, like, and it's not nearly this big here. It's called the Alpha Fold, which I find just ridiculous.
Right. But, it's almost like it's like almost like three iPads stuck together. It's like, okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, I understand. I mean, it's new, it's fancy, and I mean, it looks good, but it is an AI. Obviously, there's an AI focus here, as they always are, and like, but at the end of the day, I mean, again, like we talked about this on our show before, where like when you've got that much money and you've tried everything, right? Why not? Like, like it's one of those things where it's like, if you've had the best caviar and the nicest steaks and you've got the nicest suits in your closet, like you've had it all, right? Like at some point you just go, yeah, fuck it. Why not? Right? Like, let's get this super fancy, phone.
Also, I think and Darren, it also gives you uniqueness, right? That's something that you can, like, the reason why people buy super expensive memorabilia or like, trading cards is because there's only 3 of these and you have this at your house, right? And you have a little frame and it's like, I mean, there is something to that. And again, it's not exactly something I would do just because I don't live in that world. Yeah. But to necessarily denigrate people for living in that world because they have a couple extra dollars to spend, should they be more altruistic and help the poor? And that might be true. And then you can do that. But I think, I mean, I would be more concerned about the overall phones manufacturer and warranty
durability
as a practical person. But if you're a person, I can buy 3 of these. If one breaks, screw it, I'll just throw it in the trash and just get another one. I don't think most rich people really are they're buying a brand new car and they're not really stressing on the warranty of the car or the maintenance schedule. They're like,
it must be nice.
I bought a Lamborghini and like, and my 10,000 mile schedule is going to be $30,000. Like, okay, well, again, as a person like me and you who live in the real world, that sounds exorbitant, but
I guess if you've got the money, not right.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, anyway, like Sam, that actually brings us to the end of today's show. I'm actually going to go order 4 of those right now.
Sounds good. We'll just give it a review, and I just want to see have the alligator just kind of stroking the alligator.
Right, yes.
I just if you're going to do that, I need a video of you stroking the alligator. It's so good in the hand. I love it. It's so brand. It's so premium. I get the best alligators. Nobody does better alligators than me. So it's like, okay.
And listen, I mean, we don't begrudge anybody who can afford.
I guess I saw Richard drop it. He had all sorts of technical problems.
I'm assuming,
I'm just happy that he sounds like a cool dude, and now he's kind of in my neck of the woods. If he's got a little art thing going on, I'm gonna try to see if I swing down to Cuba or Raleigh or Colombia and check that out, man. Because I love that kind of stuff. It's great. He's in my neck of the woods now.
Yeah, we'll put all the details in our post today, later on today. But
Sure.
thank you, Richard, for joining us. I'm sure you're listening on your car or at home. Sam, honestly, thank you for splitting the Nomad Tech project here with the Tech Disruptors. We merged synergy, which I think works really well. And
Yeah,
thank you, everyone that's tuning in. And, check out the Nomad Tech Project, which is on usually right before us on YouTube. Check out Tech Disruptors. And obviously, hopefully Jason will be back. He's actually away next week, I believe, as well for his family vacation thing that he's on. But
well, just go ahead and call me if you need me. I'll be here.
Absolutely.
It's like the bat person, bat human, whatever it is. I'll just show up and speak.
We love it. But check us out on Spotify, Good Pods, Apple Music, YouTube Music, all the places you find amazing tech podcasts. And make sure you like and subscribe to the Nomad Tech Project and the Tech Disruptors podcast. And we will catch you guys next week, same time, 4 p.m.